next Modern Jazz Line videos, we'll be taking a look at another very common chord progression. You can find this progression at the beginning of popular jazz standards like I Got Rhythm and Long Ago and Far Away. It also works very well as a turnaround in literally any jazz standard that starts on a one chord. In this video, we'll take a look at two basic variations of this progression, the 1-6-2-5 progression, and I'll show you how each of the chords is constructed. So first of all, when you hear numbers in a chord progression, such as 2-5-1 or 1-6-2-5-1, those numbers always refer to the scale the chord is based on. So for example, in the key of C major, a 1 chord will always be built off of C, or the first note of the C scale. A 6 chord would be built off of A, the 6th note of the C scale. So knowing this information, we now can construct simple 7th chords, or even triads, by stacking thirds on top of any of these root notes. Most of the time, these thirds will remain within the current scale, but sometimes they will not. First, let's look at an example where they remain within the current scale. So now let's construct simple 7th chords for our 1-6-2-5 progression. We'll remain within the key of C major, and we'll stack thirds on top of the root of each chord and identify that type of chord. So our first chord will be our 1 chord. So the 1 chord in the key of C is based off the first note of the C scale, C. And if we stack thirds on top of that note until we reach a 7th above the root, we get this chord, which is a C major 7 chord. So that's our 1 chord. Our next chord is going to be the 6th chord, so our 6th note in the key of C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is A. And if we stack thirds within the C major scale on A, we get this. So that's an A minor 7 chord, so our 6th chord will be A minor 7. Our 2 chord is going to be based on the 2nd note of the C major scale. And if we stack thirds on top of that note, the D, we get, which is D minor 7. Our 5 chord will be based on the 5th note of the scale. We stack thirds on top of that, we get this, which is G7. So our 1-6-2-5 progression in the key of C is C major 7, A minor 7, D minor 7, G7. Here's what it would sound like with roots in the left hand and thirds and 7ths in the right hand. Or maybe with some simple shell voicings, it would sound like this. You may often find a variation of this progression where the 6th chord is changed to a dominant 7th. This works because the 6th chord is a 5th above the 2 chord, and when changed to a dominant 7th chord, it will still act like your typical 5-1 cadence. We would identify this as a 5 of 2 in the classical world, but it's not really necessary that you know that. So for example, the progression would be changed to this: C major 7, A7, D minor 7, G7. Thanks again for all your support, for those of you who view and purchase my sheet music, and those of you that disable your ad blockers so that ads can run before the videos and I can make just a little bit of money off that as well. It all goes towards helping me support this website and support myself and keep making videos for you guys. So thanks again.